Yo guys, how's it going today? In today's video, I'll be going over the top 5 jobs you can do that make a pretty good amount of money without school. Some of them are going to be more straightforward, some of them are going to have a little bit more of an explanation to them. So just bear in with me. I guarantee you probably don't know or didn't think of one of these 5 jobs at least. Some of them are pretty obvious, but 1 or 2 of them is not that obvious, so I think it'll be an interesting video, and I definitely had fun researching this video. That being said, I'll get right into the jobs. The first job is a more obvious one, and that's just going to be trade jobs such as like electrician, plumber, air conditioning worker, HVAC, stuff like that. There's like physical work, trades that are always going to be needed. The reason why I put this on the list and the reason why I said it first is because, one, most of these jobs can't be automated by machine. I mean, you can only do so much like plumbing, and a lot of this stuff like actually requires like human brain power and cognitive logical reasoning skills and problem solving parts of the brain to help solve a lot of the problems on the job. These are trades that have been around for a long time, and everyone's going to be using them for the next good amount of time. I mean, I could say 50 years, I could say 100 years, but good amount of time is the easiest way to put it. You know, electrician, like electricity is not going anywhere soon. Plumbing, plumbing's not going anywhere, like toilets and, pipes and all that kind of stuff, how that works. That stuff's not going anywhere. So it's going to be around for a long time. And a lot of these actually, I was looking into it a while ago before I started making videos and got into some other stuff. And it pays really well. Like after 2 years worth of experience in most of these fields, you can get paid like 60 grand. If, depending on what field you're in. I know plumbers, you're an apprentice at first and then you get your tradesman license or journeyman. I get the two mixed up, but the point is after 2 years worth of work, you can make between 40 to 60. After 4 years worth of work, you can make between 60 to 100. I live in Texas for reference. And then like after 8 years, you're considered a master plumber and you can make like 100, 150 grand plus, from what I've understood from talking from master to master plumbers and stuff like that. Some friends of mine are general contractors. I talked to them and got some general information from them. Master electricians also make 6 figures. Now when it comes to doing HVAC work, it's a little different than being a plumber or electrician because it's not like schooling you go through. There's one certification and that's it. When it comes to plumbing and electricians, they actually have like multiple steps. For plumbers, there's apprentice, journeyman, tradesman, and masters. I don't know what there is for electricians just because me personally, I didn't look into it a whole lot when I was researching all this. I just kind of got like general information, but I know that there's different tiers of education and you should research the jobs before you go into them. The second job on this list is going to be computer programming or anything in that field. Lately, I have actually been teaching myself how to develop websites and I've had a blast doing it, and it's a really high-paying job to be honest, but it's really hard work and you really have to dedicate to learning how to do it. When it comes to computer programming, you have to learn different computer languages, like coding languages, and it's essentially like learning an entire new language. It can be real tricky at first, but of course it's like anything. If you persevere through it, you're gonna make good money. When it comes to this, entry level, what I've been looking at is between $25 to $30 an hour, and with like 1 to 5 years worth of experience, you can make 60K to 100K, and with 5 years, 10 years plus of experience, 6-figure earners, easy. None of these jobs require schooling or, like college, I guess. None of these jobs really require college. I mean, you can get your degree for computer science and it'll help you get your foot in the door. But if it takes you 4 years to get your degree in computer science, I truly believe that you can get a job in computer programming in less than 4 years. There's many people on YouTube that talk about how they do it, and there's a lot of really good resources to learn how to do this. I mean, for example, I've been getting into it over the past like 2 weeks, and I'm hopefully going to develop the skill so I can land a pretty good job here in the near future. But truth be told is like, I'm not the best, but for 2 weeks worth of all these free resources, I think I'm learning a pretty decent amount. I'm going to be like getting courses on Udemy, which are like extremely cheap. For example, the one that I'm going to buy probably this evening or tomorrow, it costs like $13 and it's 21 hours worth of educational content, which is absolutely insane. And this job isn't going anywhere. If you know anything about the, the golden age of technology that we're in, it's that computers are only going to be with us in the future. They're not going anywhere soon, just like, trades and stuff. So this is something that you can definitely teach yourself and a skill that you can build upon and make a lot of money in the future. If, technology is something that interests you rather than doing physical work, this might be a better choice to go with rather than trades jobs. But that's just, I did the complete opposite kind of jobs. That's why I put that one first and this one second. But we're gonna roll right on into the next one, which is going to be an entry-level sales job. Now, this doesn't earn as much as the previous two, but it does have long-term career potential depending on what you go to sales in. For example, one of my people that I go to a small group with does carpet selling. They literally go to apartment complexes and they sell carpet, and this man makes 6 figures plus. He's been doing it for 15 years. He didn't always make 6 figures plus, but you work your way up and you stay with good companies, and it's not a bad idea. Sales is something, it's a human job kinda. I could see sales like declining in the future, but I couldn't see it completely going away just because there really is value in human to human interaction, and selling a product is something that humans do best rather than, you know, just letting people hop on a computer and look at it. For example, you could work your way up in a car dealership, start out somewhere maybe like Chevrolet or Ford, selling, you know, little commuter cars or Mustangs or, you know, just whatever they have at those dealerships, and do so good that you end up working your way up all the way to Lamborghini and Maserati dealerships, for example. And the career has good long-term potential. The downsides of it are most of it is commission-based from what I understand. So if you don't perform, then you won't earn. But at the same time, if you overperform, then you will earn way more than your peers, just depending on how hard you're willing to work at the job, which for some people is awesome because some people just like grinding 24/7, and that would be a good job for them. I think that if you can get in with a good company or decide a good sector to go be a salesman in, that is not a bad idea to go do it, just because it doesn't require any schooling and it's pretty easy to have an entry-level job position open for you. Rolling into the 4th job on this list, this is actually probably going to be the most fun job on the list, and it's going to be a social media influencer. Anything in the online sense. I mean, there's a lot of ways to make money online. For example, running a YouTube channel, making a social media marketing agency, these different things. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made, whether or not it's starting Instagram pages and selling promotion on them, or starting a YouTube channel, growing it and end up monetizing it, or getting sponsorships or ads or whatever. There's so many ways you can go about this. I just listed a couple of them. I'm not gonna go super into depth onto this, but I mean, there's clearly a lot of people on the internet that don't have jobs because the internet is their job. So, I mean, clearly a lot of people do it. So it's a possibility and it's something to consider. It's really fun. Like, I do this channel, for example, for fun at the moment, but I do know that it has the potential to make me money. So that's pretty awesome. So the way that I look at it is as long as I'm having fun and, you know, there's upsides of making money in the future, then that's fine with me. But if you don't make money from it, then it might not be something that you want to do. Just like, if you don't want to do the job, then you might not want to do it just for the money, because this job does have like really high upsides and making a lot of money, but it takes a lot of work at first in order to actually get big on social media and build your online presence. So your startup time might take a lot longer than if you were just wanting to make some instant money and go into an entry-level sales job. Disadvantages of this are, like I said, just time. I mean, it might take you a year or two before you even start making a dime online, just because of how long it takes to grow and how competitive the market is, but there's very high upsides of good money. Another disadvantage is, I guess, just not having like a regular stability that a lot of people like to have in their head. Working for yourself isn't for everyone, and I mean, you know, that's just how it is. Like I was saying, working for yourself isn't for everyone, which is going to roll us into our 5th job, and it's just going to be start a side business. Starting a side business, it could be anything. I put on my notes when I was writing this video, maybe start doing phone repairs, learn how to repair phone screens, and let people know that you repair phone screens. I have a lot of people that I'm friends with that do side businesses such as phone repair or reselling shoes or washing cars, etc. And they make pretty good money. I mean, landscaping, there's just so many different things you can do in your local community, being a local handyman. Whatever it is, if you like making arts and crafts, maybe like make necklaces or bracelets. I know a couple girls that do this, and it all makes pretty good money if you market yourself and stick to it. Then this can be a really fun way for you to make money, especially if you start a business doing something that you truly enjoy doing. For example, if you say my grandmother likes knitting in her free time, maybe a good side business for her would be to start selling quilts, because it really doesn't feel like work since she enjoys knitting and, you know, sewing and stuff anyways, and it doesn't seem like that hard of money because she enjoyed what she was doing while she was doing it. So it's not a bad idea to stick with something that you like and figure out how to make money from it. I'm a sole believer in there's almost nothing that you can't make money from if you learn how to monetize it. You can literally do anything you want as long as you learn how to monetize it. Some of this goes to, you know, maybe selling lessons if it's a skill that you are really good at, that you enjoy doing. Maybe it's teaching people how to do it on social media, selling it online, maybe creating content out of what you're doing. there's just so many ways that you can make money from these different niches that you really enjoy and that you really excel at. And I really want everyone that likes in doing something to be able to make money from it if they would like. I mean, for example, me and a lot of friends, we play a lot of video games, but it's not something that I want to have to worry about a business inside of things. Like, I don't want to have to worry about money and having a regular schedule or whatever. That's the only reason I don't like stream or make a gaming channel, is because I don't want to take my relaxing time and associate it with the business. But if you are looking to make money and that's something that you're willing to do, then it's something that's very possible, and there's many ways online that you can look up how to monetize these different things that you enjoy, and I think it'd be pretty fun. So starting a side business is gonna be the 5th one. If you enjoyed the video, let me know down below which one you liked best, as well as let me know if I missed any like high-paying jobs that don't require college. Love to hear what you have to say. I'm sure there's a bunch that I missed, and honestly, there's probably a lot that I don't even know about, to be honest. I mean, I only researched this for a couple hours, and there's a lot of really niche stuff that I find really interesting. So let me know, like, if you have a family member or a family friend that makes like a good amount of money and didn't go to school. I noticed that between the ages of like 35 and 55 is where most of them are at, because school wasn't as big back then whenever they were getting jobs. So a lot of them make pretty good money without having degrees, and it's super interesting what they do because they make good money from it. That being said, I'm not gonna keep on rambling on. Thank you for 500 subscribers. I hit it yesterday, and yeah, I guess just stay tuned for more videos. Have a good day.